Medical units stand by. 30 seconds to contact. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
Good evening, art aficionados and comic book connoisseurs. We're back for another edition of Proof of Comics, where we believe in proof of work, and we're working every week on comics, the last bastion of human resistance against the AI. And I'm joined here tonight by...
You're going to get eaten by the AI. Shut up, Frederick.
Yes,
Hold on.
but
How do we know
you
you're
will
not
watch the
AI?
last...
How do we know you're not AI?
Count the fingers. Count the fingers. See? Not AI.
Maybe you're the advanced Skynet AI that can do fingers. You
Listen,
just can't do feet.
I've been drawing for years. And who are you to speak to me before I do your introduction, you co-host you?
A man that I call Bob.
That's right.
It's still a quite grandiose intro here.
Indeed.
And we are also joined by Wrangler from Frequency Studios.
A whole lot of hola. How you doing, guys?
Doing pretty good.
All right, sacrifice him now.
Yes, so our former co-host, now guest tonight,
Yay.
James Esparza, also known as the Legal Lizard.
The legal lizard.
I say also known, like nobody knows you like that. We just called you that this week.
Yeah. Amongst other things.
We've been polite so far, but we're just like 2 minutes in, so.
Indeed, dear sirs. Thank you for inviting
Man, I
me
don't
to
think
this
you've ever
stream.
been on this show before. How unique.
As a special guest, I suppose. Yeah.
No, you
I
haven't.
represent many people in Hollywood and beyond.
Yes, and we've got your link in the show notes as well. Like we're
Yay.
without end.
So, what is your? I do want to know your legal opinion.
Yeah.
How are you going to defend Diddy?
So it's pretty simple to defend Diddy. See, what we do is we take a lot of his money and we find these so-called victims, right? And first we offer them money. And then if they deny, we take the money and we offer it to other people who know how to silence other people. And it sorts of deals with itself from there.
This is not legal advice. If you're listening out there, Diddy, this is not legal advice.
Of course not. It's illegal action.
Action.
Yeah, it's what we like to call the Hillary Clinton method.
Yeah, that seemed to be quite effective for her for a little while,
You know,
though it
back
did
in my
not
day,
get
it was
her
just
into the
all
final
Clinton,
position
You know,
of president.
Wasn't
Oh,
Clinton
right.
body count an actual pound sign on Twitter for a while?
I mean, I think it was a website too. Like, it's not a secret. I mean, Dan Bongino spoke against her again this week. I think, saying she was considered like a punishment to the Secret Service when you were assigned to her. It's not good.
I heard this. I heard that as well. Yeah. She definitely looks like she carries herself around like American royalty.
Yeah, yeah, that's quite. It's a huge
Right?
topic, huge rabbit hole as well. I'm so glad she lost to Trump. It was so hilarious, the debates years back. Like, oh man.
But it's amazing. Even after that embarrassing loss, she could still walk around with her chin held high.
See what you did there.
Got her nose so high in the air, they need a blinker on it so the Pan Am Airlines don't hit it.
Damn.
Ooh. He's got the zingers today. He's got the zingers, folks.
So focus
I
is
had
on
that one. I don't know if I have any others tonight.
focus is on you, James, tonight. Like, tell us
Oh,
a little
wow.
bit about yourself, because we've never like formally questioned you. Like, hey, where you
Formally
from?
questioned.
What's your background? How did you get into this whole space of writing and audio plays and all that jazz? So take it away.
Oh, that's a lot. Well, as a lizard, I crawled out from under a rock one day, and I had to go to law school. But of course, as a lizard, they didn't
Wow,
necessarily.
your family could afford a rock.
No, see,
Rich
Yeah.
kid.
Did you have to work as an insurance salesman for a while, auto insurance salesman, to pay your way through law school?
well, you didn't pay your way necessarily because they didn't know I was there. Being so small, I was sort of just get to slither in, right? And being that I was studying in the state of California, you don't really need to take any true law exams and become a lawyer. You just got to pass the bar, right? So what I did is I went in there boldly in this suit with these glasses, and I said, I am a transvestite. Don't stand in my way. And they let me in, and nobody dared question me. And I was able to take the bar exam, and I passed it. They even gave me a human being to do all the writing for me, which was pretty weird.
They
But
gave
that
you a
was fun.
human being.
Yeah, to a little Mexican fella to borrow for a little while. I gave him back.
Got up, sir. The politically correct term is breakfast burrito.
They gave me a breakfast burrito to borrow for a while. I gave them back. But yeah, afterwards I got more suits. I got some famous clients. Put on the suit. Took up a few drinking habits. And then after a while,
kind of
as
common
I
in
was-
law school, I hear.
yeah, I upgraded to a giant boulder, and I was just chilling underneath my boulder, and I thought I need to just start writing. You know, I got a lot of stories in my mind. We'll sit in the courtrooms, quite boring in the courtroom for many hours, kind of just sitting there. So I got plenty of stories to write, and so I found the little breakfast burrito, and I got him to start writing for me while I whispered all the things I needed to write in his ear.
Wait, are you saying you're using a ghostwriter or
No,
is-
no. It's a burrito writer. And like they're not really ghost writing because I'm whispering everything and they must write what I whisper in their
Right,
ear.
okay,
I'll
so
bite their ear if they don't.
He's more like taking your He's
It's just my hand.
dictating. Yes, I
It's
got
my
you.
hands.
got you.
That's
It's
all. He often does typing for me, little burrito.
We
We
want to make
didn't give
these
him a
things.
name, but
Yeah,
Billy just gave him a name. He's a little burrito. Since
Yeah.
then, he was Mexican fella.
I have to ask these questions because the internet out there can be really savage sometimes.
It can be, but it's fine. Keep he gets paid, and if he doesn't do what he's told, I won't give him his visa. So, you know.
Yeah, that's changing now with Trump? A lot of H-1B.
I hear,
visas,
but you know, underneath a rock, it's really hard to find people. We don't necessarily have addresses or anything.
You must be
Right.
making a lot of money if you like can own a rock.
Yes, it's actually a gigantic boulder. I've been thinking of upgrading still. As you know, I am protecting Diddy. That's very simple. Just got to move around big chunks of money.
It doesn't seem like an easy thing to do. Protect someone is. it
I mean,
seems so-
legally speaking, you don't physically protect them. You just
Oh no, I'm talking legally, of course.
you just make a lot of phone calls from under the rock.
The Rock is how's the
Yeah.
Rock involved in this?
Well, it's my home, and I work primarily from home. I guess it's the boulder.
Okay,
right?
not Dwayne Johnson, the Rock.
no, not that.
No,
rock.
no, the one from the Last Airbender series,
I saw her.
the Boulder.
Yeah, she was in a Palestine poster in a
Oh.
protest on Twitter. I mean, a photo
they?
on Twitter. Yeah.
They're always up to Palestine. I don't really know what's up, but every one of my rich Hollywood clients, it's Palestine this, Palestine that. How much
mean,
to get
really
me
good
out of this?
Something there.
It can get pretty divided. I mean, with the Snow White movie, you got Palestine with the Snow White character Rachel Zegler, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you got Israel with
Oh my
the
God.
Queen.
Yes, the Queen. I represent both of them, actually. Yes, there was a big mix-up with paperwork, and then I had to inform them. I'm sorry. And then whenever you talk to either of them, you get 3 sentences in. You got to wait for 20 minutes to let them talk about Palestine, and you get another 3 sentences in.
Yeah, well, they're actually pulling Rachel Zegler from the media now. They did a fake.
It was my idea.
Movie launch. Well, that's a good idea, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard. I told them whichever one of you ladies has the most back hair can't be in front of the camera. I didn't want to be biased because of my clients who went by back hair length.
I saw
Yeah.
that picture as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Zegler.
That's
She had that, she's also a burrito, so it kind of runs in the burrito
Oh man, it hurts to think that we're doing this to ourselves. Disney.
genes. That's okay, everyone has weaknesses and strengths. For instance, I'm a great lawyer, but I don't have thumbs.
How do you deal with that?
I told you I have my burrito. He does all the thumb work for me.
That's correct, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have any plans for the future? Are you going to continue representing these horrible Hollywood people, or?
Well, I don't represent horrible Hollywood people. First of all, I represent law-abiding citizens. Wink, wink. And whoever can pay the piper, I'll come and call it.
That's always the money.
I mean, it was really great for you to get Alec Baldwin out of killing that person.
Yes, I told him multiple times, don't aim guns at people you don't want to kill. Most of the time, he's pretty good at it. He only aims at people he really does want to kill. The body count's staggeringly high, so I'm surprised he got caught at all this time around. But you know what? Sometimes things happen. But it wasn't that hard to get him off either.
Yeah, it's hard not to get caught when the camera's aimed at you while you're shooting the person behind it. It's
Yes, definitely. Now, if he were to get both of them, I pretty much, there are no witnesses. I could definitely get him out of that. But he only got one of them. One of them walked out alive. So, unfortunately, we had to go to trial. But luckily, the DA was a buffoon. So I kind of just let them hung themselves.
I did hear that you attended OJ's, his funeral.
Yeah.
No, y'all were really tight friends and stuff,
Yes. We went to church school together. And I went to every single one of his football games. And I murdered his wife.
wow.
But,
why would you confess this on
because do
on a
you even
podcast
believe
like this?
me? Do you even believe me, huh? When
Of
I
course.
say that?
I believe
When I
everything
say
you
it
say.
wasn't OJ?
You're my legal advisor. I have to.
Hey, everybody at home. OJ didn't do it, huh? Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, no, it doesn't. You don't even believe me, okay? Maybe the Martians did it, huh?
I thought I did, but maybe I Shouldn't have believed myself.
See,
Have you ever had to represent extraterrestrials?
14 times. Their ships keep crashing down near Malaysia, and Malaysia's the only one that's got the guts to take them to court. Everybody else is like, whoa, spaceships, aliens, let's study them. And Malaysia's all like, hey, this landed in my backyard. I don't care where you're coming from. I'm hitting up my lawyer now. Obviously, I do work in Malaysia. As a lizard, you get work in most places, but you got to be careful around Latin America. They tend to try to eat you over there.
You probably don't want to go to Alaska too much either. It gets a little chilly.
Yes, I don't necessarily go to the cold regions. For obvious reasons, I'm simply racist towards Eskimos.
What did the aliens look like?
They look a lot like us with multiple eyes.
Wait, when you
very
say us, you mean
tentaclish
like
arms.
lizards us or like humans us?
Frederick,
like-
don't be racist. Okay.
Yeah. So when I say
He's,
us,
he's a lizard American, Frederick.
lizard American, I guess. I'm not a hyphen kind of person. But they wear sunglasses, they don suits,
He's a lizard. Whatever the fuck.
they own Armani, they're among us. They're mostly into heavy fashion. If you ever want to know where the crazy fashion stuff comes from, that's mainly the people from Venetia, or Venus as we know it.
Oh, okay. I knew it was hallucination. You see, the other day I could have sworn I was abducted by aliens, but they look like pugs in spacesuits. Nothing like what you described.
There technically are pugs in spacesuits, except they adhere to no courts, no matter how much.
So those
people-
are other aliens.
Yes,
Oh.
they are slowly on their way here. We tried taking up multiple legal actions against them, but they're really not responding.
Have you tried a restraining order?
We tried many things. There's no responses. We had one response a long time ago when we first sent some paperwork in them. It was nah. There's no rock you can hide under. So yeah,
Did they dox your boulder?
You know, I don't know if you know about this show, but is it Are You
Yeah.
Smarter Than a Signs Alien?
are you smarter than a science alien? Also known as the Wigglies, if you're wondering. That's their appropriate name given to them by their ancestors, the Wigglies.
I guess Wigglies means people in their language.
Sure.
Does this have anything to do with Piggly Wiggly?
Well, you see, the Wigglies were actually sent by an even higher form of alien that stayed on the ship, right? And the Wigglies came down here to kidnap the people and then take them up there to introduce them to hot Earth babes, which is why a large sum of people who were stolen were Earth babes. Yeah.
So do we rescue
Sounds
these
like
Earth
a
babes?
livestock operation almost.
Is that because their women are very ugly?
I can't necessarily tell you as I am a lizard, but they're really into Earth babes, particularly chicks from the Midwest. And they're not that picky, and they often get men confused with females, so they may have taken some men as well.
I
they're-
mean, that happens a lot nowadays, especially in
Yeah,
California.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell you that, but don't worry. All you got to do is go around and say you're trans, and then everyone just lets you do whatever.
Makes sense.
Indeed.
So why is anyone still not trans then?
It's usually some form of self-respect. Or so the studies show. The paperwork's not fully in, but there's a lot of
Okay.
self-respect issues.
Damn, they've
things
been
like
trying to.
that.
I thought we got rid of that.
Yes, and this curious thing called sanity, which we seem unable to wholly break in some individuals.
Oh yeah, that keeps rearing its ugly head.
Yeah.
And its offshoot symptom, common sense.
From time to time, but not always. Sometimes people just, go a little crazy, but not completely crazy. Sometimes they watch Seinfeld. People are weird like that. Sometimes they like the movie Signs.
A movie? You mean documentary?
No, it's a movie.
A documentary?
It's, you see, if we have to call it a movie because the particular aliens, the Wigglies, they're still among us and they don't necessarily like that sort of representation.
Hmm.
Yeah, they all live in Germany now. They find the thick German accent quite pleasing to their ears
It is kind of nice. I love listening to German.
in general.
They
Yeah.
really like that one painter, dude.
Yeah, they have terrible taste in the arts. They're huge fans of Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Night Shyamalan.
Ding dong.
M. Night Shyamalan.
What was that HBO series he did? I watched.
Did he do one?
Yeah, I think it was HBO. I'm pretty sure. Let me do a quick.
Bring it up.
Yeah, let me see.
Bring it up. The lawyer's tired.
Yeah, it was something about a
Pull up.
a guy who owns a winery. Was like kind of a
Huh.
cook or something.
All right.
Uh,
I know he did one about people who super aged on an island
how
or
do you
something.
spell his name? Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Mr. Knight. Okay.
I think he chose his last name because it's spelled the way it sounds.
Series, and it was. He's either Netflix or HBO. I don't know.
When was this?
Servant. I think the
Hmm.
series Servant. It was called. Is
I
that
never even heard of it.
on Apple TV? That would be why.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Apple TV. Now that was a fart in the water. Is it still around?
Yeah, because Apple's not going anywhere. They got like infinite money, so
I guess, but who watches Apple?
Yeah, you know they have infinite slave laborers, which means like
I watched the Tetris movie. Was really good. Like that one's
Tetris.
top notch. I recommend that one. It feels like a spy, like a James Bond, not James Bond, but it's a spy thriller because they're trying to get the rights to Tetris, and it was built in the Soviet Union, so the rights, like, people don't necessarily get creative rights from what they create over there the same way here, and he'd made the game on government computers as well, so the government was expecting a percentage of that amount, and you can't just go to the Soviet Union and make a deal. At least you couldn't back in the behind the Iron Curtain. So it makes for a great story. I recommend it.
Oh, is there any tits?
No.
Oh, shame.
Yeah,
do
Shame.
lizards even know what tits are?
Of course we know what tits are. We're lizards.
I've never seen a lizard with tits. What are you talking about?
It shows what you know. Shows what he knows. Next thing you know, he's going to talk about women in beards and dwarves and shit.
Don't bring Tolkien into this.
How about R.R. Martin?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have dwarves too? Does he have dwarves?
No.
No.
No dwarves.
No elves either.
Well, he does have a sort of elves. That's what the others are kind of are.
The others. Who are the others again?
In the books.
Are they in the books? I watched the show the one time.
In the show, they're called White Walkers. In the books, they're called
Oh.
others.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You compare them to elves, they're kind of like undead, aren't they?
No. In the books, they're specifically described as bone white features, very bluish star eyes,
Huh.
very elegant looking. They're fucking elves. Or at least in the type he's going for look.
Gotcha.
But does he have Klingons?
Aren't those basically elves in space?
No, those probably more
No, that'd be
developing.
more.
Klingons are damn ugly, man. They're more like orcs.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not down with that sickness.
Unless, I don't know about your taste. I don't know if you guys are into Klingons or whatnot. I'm speaking for myself.
Would it be cool to see a bunch of Klingons just rolling through on motorcycles as a club?
Klingon Motorcycle Club.
Isn't that what they do
Adios.
though in space?
What's that?
I thought Klingons were like kind of already a gang kind in space.
Well, yeah,
like,
yeah, they're in space. I just thought it'd be cool, the visual of a bunch of Klingons riding down the street on motorcycles.
Oh yeah,
I
they
think
should.
they're also like the most retconned race in Star Trek.
Yeah, they could totally
Repeatedly.
teleport on Earth with bikes and then start like a road
Like
war.
in the original, they're different, and then they get retconned
Okay.
slightly in like the what was it, one of the Star Trek movies, and then TNG then retcons them again.
I thought Spock was a Klingon.
No, he's a Vulcan.
I thought he was an
Vulcan,
elf.
Okay. Shows
they're
what I
pretty much
know
elves of the Star Trek.
about fake aliens.
Yeah, you're dealing with the real ones.
Do we got any dwarves in that one?
I mean, they got
Ow.
tribbles.
Well, the Tellarites can almost look like dwarves sometimes.
They got those little tribbles things. They're like little fur balls. It's kind of a dwarf.
But there are how would you describe the Ferengi frequency?
Hobo?
Frugal. And shady frugal. That's how I would describe them. They're
DS9
around about what? Are they around between 5 and 5'5" for their height?
Yeah, they're short.
Yeah, they're bald, have large ears. It's like their large earlobe is like where you see the eyebrows. It kind of reaches back, connects where their large ears comes down, and those are very sensitive ears. However, they are very much a profit-driven society. That's their whole culture.
Are we all?
Is economically getting ahead.
And as much as I love DS9, that fucking show kind of ruined them. At
Really?
the end.
Oh, the end. I like DS9. It was a cool show.
Well, at the end of it, they went like way too far with it, and basically turned them into kind of communist shit, which would make no sense.
Oh, with the changes that the Grand Nagus was making or something?
Yeah, the fucking Ron, fucking Quark's brother, the fucking retard of the franchise, becomes Grand Nagus. And for some reason, all the Ferengis don't immediately chop his head off and shit. With all the policies he was making. Which are like full-on lefty, like feminist shit and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall the end.
And here's the problem. You would say, okay, but the females have rights now in it, right? And so they could back them. And I'm like, no! Matter of fact, we're actually shown in earlier episodes that the females are just as fucked as the men. They're just as bad.
And sometimes twice as slick. Look at Quark's mother, what she was able to get away with.
Hmm.
Like what?
She broke pretty much all the rules of their society and was able to continuously
Oh,
get away
okay.
with
To
it.
give a
She
little bit
just-
of context, Frederick. The females are literally barefoot, naked all the time. They can't wear clothes.
What?
It's
Not
illegal
like
for
people
them to wear
house.
clothes.
That's why we never see
When
them.
they go for reproduction, you buy their womb. You make a contract to buy their womb.
With what, like a cow? 2 cows and a sheep? How's
They
that?
enter into what a marriage contract that is for so many years, I think.
Yeah. They're like hyper, like capitalist kind of bureaucracy society is what the Ferengi are.
Yeah.
And they have the rules of acquisition. There's like 200 and something of them. They're supposed to be their
I used to have a
guidelines to how
copy
to
of that
fuck
book,
everyone in
believe it or not.
deals.
You ever see that book, Billy?
What?
The rules of acquisition? I used to have a copy of it.
Because I think most of the rules are actually known. I think there's some that we don't know, but most of them are actually known.
A deal
One
is
of
a deal.
Two
is
of the
a
rules
deal.
are really hilarious. One
Only
is
is a deal.
war is good for business, peace is good for business.
Okay, well, that's a positive attitude, I guess.
They're great.
They don't make television like they used to, man. That's for sure. At least in the writing department. Because dang, has anybody actually caught up with Daredevil yet? Because it seems the ratings haven't gone up too much.
No, I haven't watched. I've only listened to the reviews on it and everything. But yeah, the Disney Plus is. I think this show would do a lot better if it was on network TV. To be honest, Disney
No,
Plus.
if it just wasn't on Disney, and Disney didn't fucking ruin
Disney.
everything, it'd actually do fine. If it was,
Like on
if it was on
Hulu?
Netflix right now, and let's say Disney didn't really have anything involvement, you brought back the dude from season 1 to write a new season, this show would have been fucking. Everyone would be watching it.
Yeah, but I do think being locked on the D Plus platform right now is not doing it any favors. I do think it would perform better than it is right now if it were
Just about anywhere.
Yeah, just about anywhere. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better it'd be performing, but I do think it'd be performing better.
Yeah, because it's got the trailer looked good. Like, I knew it was Disney and everything, but I was like, okay, at least they didn't flop the trailer. I was hooked. I didn't see any major flaws, no sign of woke. But I figured I'd finish watching the previous Daredevils before trying this one. And I don't really watch.
They should have just brought the dude from season 1. He was the best one the show ever had.
The writer, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe they couldn't get him.
I forgot his name, but he wrote season 1, and he was, I think, wrote some of season 2, and then left in season 3. And was done.
Season 1
he was dodging a bullet.
Which is why there's, like, no politics in season 1 at all. Not even a little bit. It's just having fun. It's just being a comic book story.
That's cool.
Season 2, you got a little bit of it. Right, because the other dude. And then season 3 had the shitty ass Trump allegory shit, which was annoying.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't really care to watch it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when you get something like that. There was a lot of that in Mr. Robot, which was a series I loved. Mr. Robot is probably the best hacker story that's ever been written.
I've seen the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I saw all 3, and I think they're all great. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of anti-Trump stuff, subtly, not so subtly.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it is now. The writing was definitely better back then. I don't remember when that one necessarily came out, but the term "get woke" was barely coming out, so they used it at least once in season 2. I'm sure it probably went harder in season 3.
That's back when woke and red pill were still somewhat interchangeable, isn't it?
I don't remember. Maybe.
When
What
what?
the term woke and the term red pill at one point were used interchangeably.
No.
At one point they were like people. I would hear people say get red
I've
pill
never
and
heard
stay woke.
woke and red pill. What you
But
said the
woke
same
started
exact
becoming adopted much more by the left, where red pill was used more by the right. So
Yeah, but they weren't interchangeably terms.
I used to hear people use them interchangeably a lot back around 2015.
Woke used to
Yeah,
mean...
but they weren't the same term.
No, but I heard people using them to mean the same things.
Yeah, except they were incorrectly using it then.
Perhaps, but that's when I first heard it. Is it was being used the same way it means stop being a sheep, wake up. That's how people.
Well,
were
the
using
red
it.
pill people were the ones first of all. It comes from like the fucking like manosphere shit.
Well, it comes from the Matrix. And
Yes, it
Neo,
was picked up
Neo
by
also...
the manosphere people. That's where.
Yeah, but before the
Yeah.
no, because
I
red pill
think
was
that is
made.
where
Hold
red
on.
pill got popularized.
Well, everyone saw the Matrix. That's how
Hold up,
everyone
you're not-
knows
oh
the
my
term.
God. Yes, it comes from the Matrix movie. The fucking like manosphere type
And
shitty channel.
Neo in the
were
Matrix
the ones
is
who really picked it up and were using it.
no. I understand that, but right straight off the bat, at the time when it came out with the Matrix, the term woke and red pill could refer to similar things. I mean, Neo is awakened, and they didn't use the term woke sarcastically back then, or ironically, I should say.
Correct.
Yeah. So I can understand your point of view, Wrangler. I think there was a time, I remember a time where woke was like a good thing. You're like, okay, you're awake. But then it, the SJW thing happened, and then it was abused, and now we all know the kind of people who call themselves woke means something else.
Woke was actually around a term. That term's been around a lot longer than red pill, I think. Yeah, for certain. I think it came from some jazz communities, and it slowly kind of spread out from there. Sometimes it's picked up, then eased off, then picked up again. But it's been in a vernacular in one way or another for decades.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised when I heard about that. I'm like, oh, this term has been around forever. I had no idea.
Which one?
Woke.
Woke.
Because there's no red pill before the Matrix.
And at that time, it didn't mean what we mean it as today. Not even close.
Never does. Never does.
Yeah, I mean, words change definition over time. Orwell talked about that.
Yeah. You hear someone say woke today, and your first thought is some fat white chick with a nose ring like a bull and multicolored hair. Shaved on one side, of course. We have to be consistent.
Yeah, nose rings are so prevalent here.
Those things are almost like a uniform for those guys.
Yeah. It's become rare to spot a woman without a nose ring.
I never really that it's getting there, but I never found that attractive at all. Not even a little. It's actually
kind of a little repulsive.
Yeah, it's very unattractive.
I just want to go up to them with the end of a 9-volt battery, and I know it won't work. They don't use the right material for. That's what I should do. I should start a business selling septum rings that are conductive.
Oh boy.
And then when they get out there, when they become popular and everybody's got one who wears those things, let people know, oh yeah, I made it from like silver or something. Very conductive. And then the 9 volts will come out.
Gosh, Nikes. How fun of you. How thoughtful. What an invention. That's exactly what the world needs. We need to fund this. Recently, I got a message like 10 seconds ago. Apparently this lot of comic books I purchased was double listed, and the guy doesn't have them, so he's giving me a major discount on his store. Problem is, he's got the most random bullshit I've ever seen in the store. He's got trading cards, fucking vintage jewelry, and everything in between.
Oh.
Oh.
I guess it's just a giant quote
So
unquote
what
antique store.
you bid on?
Diamond shop almost.
You won a comic book collection that he had sold to somebody else already.
Yes. Well, it wasn't up for bidding. It was just up for sale.
Oh,
So I
okay.
bought it straight up, and I guess he double listed it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he said, I'll give you a big discount. Like, okay, I'm taking a look, but there's really not
What do
much
you mean?
here that catches my eye.
A discount instead of a refund, or?
Well, he's giving me a refund, but offering me a discount.
Oh, on top of that, he's like, okay, for the inconvenience, have a discount. Okay, well, that's kind of okay. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm seeing
What?
if there's anything here. I bought a lot of comic books. It was double listed, so he didn't have them. So I'm getting a refund plus a big discount.
Nice.
Yeah, if I find anything worthy in this random ass shop of old shit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff other people like. There's a
We're gonna
lot
make
of
you buy Gotham High.
yeah, sure. I don't think he's got that for sale. Thank God.
Gotham High is Frederick's favorite comic.
Yeah, best one in the world,
Sure.
right, Fred?
Love it.
Reads it every night before bed.
I mean, I study it as everything I need not to do for my comic.
Of course, yeah, it's a must. It's a must. It's like a freaking how-to guide.
That's right.
Master
Ooh.
plan, what not to do.
Man.
And speaking of my comic, I'm done with the lettering, at least in the first draft stage, which is kind of cool. I'm going to be doing a rereading of it a couple of times this week and sending it out to beta readers. If anyone's interested in beta reading the...
Yeah. Wow.
Almost-
Really close, huh?
Well, I mean, I still got pages to ink, because
Yeah.
this is page 14, 15. So I've got 16, so 8 pages to ink after that. And the colorist is working on the early pages too, so
Gotcha.
it's not going to be done, but you can definitely read the story with scans of penciled pages for the moment.
Whoa.
And I'm considering maybe doing like a black and white version, because I think the comic does have value in black and white as well. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking of
I'd
that.
buy that.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, Sin City is one of my favorite books. You could
Yeah,
do
it's
really
beautiful.
cool stuff. I'm not saying that I'm on the level of Frank Miller, but I do try to balance the black and white.
Nah, you're saying you're better than Frank Miller. We got you.
Oof.
Well, I mean, his latest art hasn't been so hot. Like, he seems to be phoning it in for covers and stuff. Have you seen that? The Black Cat Frank Miller cover?
No.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
Pull up.
Because he did make the rounds when he did his Wolverine. That people had lots of comments on that. And then he did another one that's kind of dubious with Black Cat. Hold on, let me find it on X.
All right.
Cover. The
Any big
Comicscape.
cases that you're working on right now, James?
What's up?
Any big legal cases you're working on right now?
Oh yeah, all the big ones you've ever heard of. I'm sure I can slither my way in there in one way or another.
Did you have to deal with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Definitely. I was on the Amber Heard side for a little bit, but then the other lawyers started butting me out of the way, and I was like, look, you got to go for an insane plea. It's golden. You took a huge dump on the bed. That's just screaming insanity. But
Yes.
you know the way that went, and here we are. But go ahead, talk about this. The she went.
Yeah,
on
so
screen.
this is Frank Miller's latest cover. And people are kind of rightfully criticizing the anatomy here. The trunk is kind of weirdly...
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a weird connection with the trunk
What's
and
with the
the
face?
What?
pelvis. He's been doing these kinds of faces now. It's the same with his Wolverine drawing he did.
Yeah, that is very weird. That's
Yeah.
what is that facial expression? It's
So-
not even lizardy.
I mean, he might just be phoning it in. You know, he's like so. His career is so like massive at this point that maybe he's like, yeah, just give me the.
Was he
send
sober
me the-
when he turned that in?
I don't know. Is Frank Miller known to have drinking issues or something?
I don't. I didn't think so until I saw this.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
Imagine if you're like a massive fan, you work at Marvel, and you're like, oh man, I get to finally commission him, right, to do this piece, and that's what he shows you.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be because there was like some kind of vapor along the ground, and that's why the bottom half of her is so messed up. But the face is so
Man.
So this is Dan Lawless, because all the guys at CG Kings, I believe, the Comicsgate guys, they all like one evening drew the same cover just for kicks to see, okay, what would it look if they did the same thing? And this, you can see this one's well proportioned. She's still oddly positioned.
That right arm is really weird.
Still oddly positioned as well. But, arguably better than Frank's here. You guys have seen the Wolverine, right? Let me find
Yeah.
Definitely better than Frank's.
It's just kind of baffling.
I think this is from last year. Hold on if I can find it.
How old is he now?
I don't know. This
Think it could be an age thing?
was Wolverine #1 that he drew that back in the day. So his style is very different now. Why can't I? Okay, I would have thought it would have been the first. Oh, let's just type ugly. Maybe that'll bring it up. Oh. No. Doesn't seem to be in the top results here. Oh, there it is. Okay.
What the?
Ghost Rider, Wolverine. So yeah, people were very mixed feelings to say the least. Like, a lot of
Is he
people
trying
were-
to do some kind of stylistic thing that just doesn't work with him?
Well, he always had a lot of style.
Wow.
But,
This looks like a terrible drawing that would be in freaking on the background of a South Park episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he seems to be either phoning it in or he doesn't have his full skill or something. I don't know, man. But something's up. Oh, by the way, speaking of comic book artists, today is John Byrne's birthday, apparently. So, happy birthday, John! If you're out there, I'm sure you are.
Woo! I'll be right back.
Now let me
Who?
stop sharing. John Byrne is the guy who drew this. Like he was an X-Men artist for a long, Fantastic Four artist, huge Marvel artist. He went to DC for a long time as well. Like he did the Phoenix Saga, but he was active in the '80s a lot. I don't know if he started in the '70s. I don't know what the whole. He got canceled as well. He's one of those artists that got canceled from Marvel, and got in a lot of fights. I think he had like a strong personality. Strong personality. And I don't know what he's up to now. I don't know if he's still producing comics or what.
So, Legal Lizard, what advice would you have for this cover artist who seems to be in the decline?
What legal advice? I think James might have stepped away. He's muted.
He ran away.
Yeah.
He bravely ran away like a lawyer.
Finally caught up to him. Got to get another bottle as an alcoholic lawyer there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know, man, what's up with Miller. It's a little bit sad. 'Cause he's the one who did the 300, fantastic book as well. Dark Knight, I think it's Frank Miller.
Yeah, he had a lot of famous runs. I actually didn't realize he was the artist on a lot too. I thought he was the writer.
He's
I
both.
didn't know he did both.
Yeah, no, huge talent. That's why it's kind of shocking to see this.
What'd you do to him, Frederick?
I never talked to the man. Oh, I've been a fan.
I don't believe you.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
You said, "Oh man, he's making your fake Canada land artist look bad," you know.
also known as Future America. No, he's never been in my radar. Like, I've been mostly focused on the Image boys, like Todd McFarlane, Mark Silvestri. Those have been like two of my top influential artists. I'd say Jim Lee was really cool. I say was. I mean, he's excellent, clean drawing, but he doesn't have as much like innovation that you'd see with Todd and Frank and all that. Frank Miller was very graphic. Like, you could feel like he was a graphic artist when he was doing his pages. Like, very interesting design over the page. And incredible work.
I returned.
There you go. Got a question from Wrangler for you.
Oh, what
For
kind
what?
of legal advice would you give to a comic book artist in decline?
In decline? Okay, first I ask, how are you talking to me? You're a comic book artist. You clearly can't afford this conversation. The second thing I say is get a real job if you can't make your fun job work.
Yeah.
What's the third advice?
The third advice is get out of my face, or else I'm going to start charging you.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
that's-
booze ain't cheap.
That's good advice.
Well, it's kind of cheap if you know where to go.
Yeah, in the States, it's much cheaper. Here, we have to buy it from the government. Can you imagine that?
Oof. How does that work?
Terribly. Like, there are like wine cellars in France that want to sell us wine for $7, and the government is artificially doubling the price against their wishes. They're like, no. This is how much you got to sell it for, and obviously they're
What's the
There-
reasoning behind that?
taxes. Well, taxes, and they want to control the market. It's a monopoly.
You know what's really
It
funny,
does.
Frederick? On the dirty ass Reddit, they think they're really owning the U.S. by not buying U.S. stuff.
I know, it's
Really?
so dumb.
Like, we really require y'all to buy our shit for us to
No.
make money.
I mean, they have no strategy. That's what's kind of funny. It's like they're all indignant, and they're going to do things that have no impact. They're like symbolic.
Because they can't really do much.
There's nothing they could do. I think
Who
they're
is
going
the
to.
new prime minister now?
So
Whatever the fuck you have.
yeah, I don't know if he's the prime minister. Probably. Mark Carney is his name. He's got a trans kid. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, being in Canadian and shit. Well, he hasn't
Oh,
lived.
gosh, you're right.
Canada.
He hasn't lived in Canada for like 11 years. Okay, he's been living in England, so he's
Is he
coming
part
down
of the
here.
group that's trying to, I guess, legally fight or terror fight U.S.?
I haven't heard his stance, but probably like he's in the same camp that Trudeau is, so he's all about like WEF, and WHO. I'm mixing the two, and all that crap, right? So he's saying to Canadians that we have to get ready to take to basically, tighten the belt and make sacrifice, all that bullshit they say right before they're about to fucking ass rape you.
Oh, you know what clip we need? Frequency.
Yeah,
We need the clip from Shrek.
from Shrek.
Yeah, with Laura
The donkey
Farquaad.
clip?
Ah,
The I'm willing to sacrifice y'all for me or whatever.
Yeah.
Right,
That
right,
clip.
right.
some
You
of you may die, but that's a sacrifice that I'm
Yeah,
willing
I'm
to
willing
make.
to make.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what we got. So we're expected to have elections, but we don't know when. We're gonna get
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
sure. It's always off on the
Your
horizon.
government is like, that's a clown show. First of all, the dude who's in office choosing when an election happens is fucking stupid.
That's the law. That's we're under the Commonwealth. That's how it works.
Wow.
It's really stupid.
Yeah, it is.
I'm starting to think Trump is serious when he says he wants to take over Canada.
I mean, he never said it was a joke. Like it's I
Yeah,
don't know
that's
why.
true.
It's just the journalist that said, "Oh, Trump joked that Canada's gonna." He never joked. You know, It's you guys. You guys just can't fucking
Well,
contemplate.
lately he said it a lot more blatantly. He put out a statement saying Canada will be our beautiful 51st state,
Yeah.
or something like that. And
And,
he said the future of the U.S. and Canada is going to be great.
Which
Hey,
makes
Patrick.
me wonder how much they know of how bad Canada's going through.
Happy to see you, man. First
That
chat
sounds
tonight.
to me like you think they think there might be a collapse coming your way.
What's up, Patrick?
Thanks for the cover and Fantastic Four poster, Fred. That's so cool. Well, happy to like it, Patrick.
It's
I
great.
sent him the original for I did for the Phenomenal Tales #1 reprint, Minotaur, and now it's much better. I think he's taken people's advice and listened to critics, because he put the Minotaur really big and the Phenomenal Tales #1 in smaller font on top of that. It looks much better. I think it's going to be a great reprint. Best
Patrick,
reprint.
listen to this. You need more boobies on your covers.
Yes, that's true. I'd love to do another cover, and it'd be great if they had boobies on there. We would sell so many comics. You'd never seen sales like we could get with boobies, I'm telling you.
That's right.
Can I show him the sketch? I can't. I'm not going to show the sketch yet for what I'm doing
What?
for Dina, sorry.
Not right now.
Not right now, so we're going to wait for that.
When it's
but
more ready.
yeah.
There might also be a spy watching us right now. You never
I know. We can't give our
Listen,
competition.
he thinks he has the upper hand. I'm telling you right now, he doesn't.
Can't give our competition unfair
That's
advantage.
right. That's right. If Corey's listening, Corey Barfton. That's right. He's the enemy right now.
I love Corey. He's great. We had him on as a guest. But in commissions with Otter, he's a competition, and he's great competition, I think. It's competition breeds better results, makes you strive for, take risks, and do cooler stuff.
Unless it's a competition between two communists, then you both lose at the end, you know?
Yeah. That's a little bit of what's happening in Canada. You know, it's like slow takeover of communism through socialism, slow motion communism.
Slow motion communism.
There's little room for sex appeal when you have to overthrow your government.
Yeah, but
Now-
you can overthrow your government with tits, man.
Yeah, I disagree with you there, Patrick. You can overthrow with style. There's no excuse.
Maybe if it was an anime.
You can introduce a character called Slania von Gismark, okay?
That's good advice.
Just saying. Is there music playing right now?
Yeah, you don't hear it? It's I think it's. Hold on.
Sunshine down, so come to town, set your body free. Hold me tight, my love tonight. Tell me you believe. Everybody, summer.
Ah, I missed
That's
it.
right. Keep jumping up and down, you pretty lady.
Oh.
Keep jumping up and down.
Love that jiggle
You
physics.
see, Patrick? Sex appeal. Need some TNA in your comic book covers, you know?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, that was can't get enough of her, that's for sure.
What do you guys think of Black Medusa's first appearance here?
Black Medusa.
I like the hair.
Is Tyler Perry gonna play her? With the
Tyler Perry. I don't even know who that is. Tyler Perry.
We're going to do this animated. She'll be
Sorry.
voiced. We're going to do this animated, and she'll be voiced by Kahuna.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my
dear
God, you get Terry Crews to voice her. We're gonna rewrite all the dialogue to just be Camacho, President Camacho.
You guys are terrible at casting. Did you know that?
What are you talking about? No, we're not. We're just as good as the Harry Potter one.
We'll get Millie
Oh
Bob.
dear Lord! Yes.
Don't
we're
worry.
way better than that.
Don't worry, Frederick. One phone call can get you Millie Bobby Brown to play her.
Oh my. Have you seen her now?
Looks more like a dude.
James, one of y'all pull her up.
Put some gloves on before you do.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Frederick?
Not sure. Millie Bobby Brown.
Brown.
Like,
She was the chick from I didn't really care for the show to watch it, but
guessing I'll
Stranger
recognize.
Things.
Stranger. Oh, the one that played 11.
like I said, I haven't watched the show. I just know she's like the main chick in that show.
Yeah, the main
Yeah,
chick.
yeah, that's
She's
it.
called 11.
Okay, yeah, her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see who you're talking about. She looks like a dude now. Yeah.
Get James. James, one of y'all pull her up.
I mean, it's Hollywood baby, as
Oh,
Rachel
fuck.
Zegler would
Yeah,
say.
but she's only like what 21 or some shit, and she is fully went like fucking plastic surgery and everything.
Really? Huh. I mean,
Yeah, keep in mind, she's only
doing
like
what you do.
23, 24. You can look up her age. She's not that old.
Yeah, well, she looks good in that shot, but
She doesn't look bad, but she looks a lot. She looks far more
Frederick.
mature than her age.
Yeah,
you know
this-
what? She would look
this-
good if she was 30 something years old in that photo.
how old is she?
She's younger than me, so she's like 20 fucking 3, 22.
Yeah.
Has to be. Look up her age, one of y'all.
She has a nice smile.
that's all that makeup too, man. Without it,
Well, yeah, it could be airbrushed and,
She was born 2004.
Yeah, so she's
Woo!
21
21?
years old.
Oh, that's a good age.
She's 21.
Not that fucking photo isn't.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's like if she was 30 years old, it'd be like, all right, 30, 35.
I mean,
Alright.
different people age differently, and getting plastic surgery can make you look older.
Yeah,
when
but
you-
look
when
at her,
you're young.
man. You should not be looking like that at 21 years old.
I mean, it might just be the picture, you know?
No, you can find another one.
Other ones.
Look at that one. She looks like she's in her 30s, man.
Wow.
You know, keep in mind,
Whoa.
she is 21 years old.
That's not her.
That-
No, that's
I-
not her. I don't know.
I don't think that's her. Yeah, let me
She
I
look.
think
looks-
that's
Pop
her.
that back.
She
Or
looks-
maybe it is her.
She looks in her 40s now.
All I know is Hollywood's a disgusting place. You know. I mean, look at the fucking chick from The Boys, the one who plays Starlight.
Yeah, I never watched the
Matter of
Boys.
fact,
What
they
about
did
it?
a scene. They did a scene in one of the episodes in season 4, which made me fucking laugh out loud because it wasn't the intent. However, she was like looking at a picture of her from like season 1, and it had like in the fucking reflection shot was her fucking plastic surgery fucked up face, and it.
Oh no.
She's like, "Who am I?"
Why am I here?
It's like, oh damn. Because like the chick from The Boys, she's only like 29 years old, and she fucked up her face so bad with plastic surgery.
And they're all like on weird diets, like on. They take
Yes, the
Ozempic.
Hollywood diet. That's where they get. Look at what's his name, Kevin, the store clerk dude.
And apparently, like Ozempic
Kevin
is like
Smith?
lizard
Yeah,
poison.
Look at
or some
him. He's got like that fucking. It's like the dirty ass Hollywood like vegan skinny.
Hold on,
It
I'll be
looks
back.
Unhealthy as fuck.
Meanwhile,
I'll be right
look
back.
at Alex Jones lately. Have you seen him?
The who?
The Alex
Jones.
Jones.
No.
The dude is
So-
jacked.
Yeah, he got jacked.
Now, do you think he got jacked from just working out, or do you think he got jacked from steroids?
No
Working
idea.
out.
Are you sure it's workout?
Yeah, if he was using
He is like
steroids, I think
50-something
Luke
years old.
Brodowski would smack him around.
Yeah, but he is also like 50 years old. You know? So there is that question. Matter of fact, did he ever get his case overturned where he got fucked over by the judge and shit?
No, I don't think so.
That
I
one was
honestly
bizarre.
haven't been paying attention because I kind of lost all faith in that. I was like,
You
I don't
were
want
all
to sit here and
talking
watch
about
someone
that.
get ripped apart and not do anything about it. So why watch?
And
If none of y'all remember the case, it was over the Sandy Hook shit that he did.
Yeah, well, I'm in Connecticut, so yeah, I remember.
And how do I put it? The judge basically slammed him down and then made him, what was it, like $1 million like each family or some shit. He ended up-
It turned out to be like the total amount that they were charging him was like bigger than the GDP of France or something stupid like that.
Yeah. Either way, it came out to the point where it's like this case is like that's not actually a fair trial. It's not even a fair punishment. So I don't know if he ever got that overturned or was able to get it overturned. Don't know.
I have no idea.
Oui, oui, Frederic, oui, oui.
yeah, no, that's kind of absurd. It's huge amount. I mean, they try
It was a huge amount. I don't
Trying
really care
to-
for Alex Jones, but I'm like,
they're
come
trying to like take over his studio for a while, close him down.
Okay, you mentioned
on. Didn't he
Starlight.
sell off the studio or something?
I think they tried to buy it off, put him like in financial jeopardy and buy it off, but I don't think they succeeded. I think he has enough backers that he's all right.
No, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
see
he
what
has.
you mean.
enough
She
people
used
in
to
money.
be a lot cuter. That didn't take long.
The what?
I said, I see what you mean. She used to be a lot cuter. I guess it didn't take very long.
Oh,
That's-
that chick.
That's not her.
Yeah, look up
You
like
mentioned
season
the Starlight chick. Huh?
Yeah, look at season 1 and then look at the plastic surgery one from like season 4.
I thought you guys were still talking about Millie Bobby.
That's not
Brown.
even the worst one. It gets worse than that.
Yeah. Oh, these are just a couple pictures. I got a whole wall of pictures here. Let's see.
So he's talking about the Starlight chick when she started out in season 1 and like in season. There you go, right there, towards the right. Second picture to the right, on the top.
This one?
Yeah.
This one?
See if you put in a comparison shot. I'm pretty sure people have it. Look up comparison shot from season 1 to season 4.
I'm typing it in now.
And it is just due to aging. It's due to like heavy plastic surgery. Oh, the filthy Reddit. Filthy Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit's not
Find a
good.
better comparison shot than that.
Let's see. Oof. Whoa.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Is that
There
real?
you go. That's what
that-
she looks like in season 4,
That-
by the way.
Tell me that. Please tell me that's not real.
I've
That's
seen
real.
her.
Please tell
I've
me
s-
that's not real.
That's real.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
Oh,
Wow, what a
Control
downgrade.
Z. Control Z.
Can't control Z real
not
life.
working.
No. Oh, she
And
looks
people are
so
like,
beautiful.
no, she's just aging, and I'm like, what the
Sure.
fuck she
That's
is?
not
I'm like, it's
aging,
literally
that's-
plastic surgery.
She went Uncanny Valley.
Yes.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Why did they do that to themselves? Why do these people do this to
Well,
themselves?
they're insecure and they're surrounded by doctors who are like preying off of their money, their Hollywood money.
She was gorgeous. She was adorable, and now she looks like
keep in mind,
somebody
she's
stuck
only
their
like
Barbie
28,
doll's head in the
29
fire
years
for a
old.
couple seconds.
She's only like 28, 29 years
Yeah,
old.
that's the problem. That's why you don't do plastic surgery when you're young, at least not cosmetics. It makes you look like a 35-year-old woman, Speaking of,
She looks
Hey.
like a mannequin.
Speaking of a 35-year-old woman, Otter.
Hi.
Look, you didn't even deny it.
Hi.
how you doing?
How's
Otter?
everybody doing?
We're like going through shock right now. We're seeing it, what these horrible doctors are doing to the beauty of this world.
Oh my god.
I might have to send get frequency to clip it, but I clipped the scene from The Boys where it has her, the left side looking at a picture of her, and the right side in the scene. It's one of the funniest fucking ones.
Hey, what do you think of The Boys versus Sam and Dean?
What do you mean?
Butcher and his crew, them versus Sam and Dean Winchester.
Whose universe are they fighting in?
Probably Sam and Dean, because their universe isn't as shitty.
Shittier.
Yeah,
Well, if it's in Sam and Dean's universe, it probably
Like
would.
the Boys universe is having to go off of CW like regulations of what they can show on television, right?
The Boys? No, I think that's a streaming show, isn't it?
No.
Supernatural was on network television.
Yeah, it was on
The
CW.
Boys, the Boys is streaming, I think.
It was on CW.
The Boys was on CW?
Supernatural.
Oh, yeah, that was on CW.
Yeah.
But I said the
So
Boys
the
was
boys
on
are having to
streaming, I
fight
think.
them on the Supernatural universe. They have to be fighting in CW regulations of what they can show and say.
Oh. Okay, so Homelander's not allowed to talk.
Mhm.
No, but it's not against Homelander. It's against. Okay, Butcher's not allowed to talk. What am I saying? He's far more foul-mouthed.
Mhm.
But Dean will still call him a bitch. He has to say that at least once an episode.
And how you been, Otter?
Well, things have been going pretty well, all things considered. I've been a little tired tonight, but it's something you take in stride. I just saw today that someone, I believe his name is Wolfie Panzer. He's going to be uploading a review of my book, and he just shares a picture of him flipping the bird at my villain and just saying "fuck General Karst."
You mean
I
Cersei?
saw
like-
that.
I'm like, okay, I'm pretty happy about that already.
Yeah, I
You mean
saw that.
Cersei?
Karst, get it
Cersei.
right. Get it right.
Listen, I've been saying it right since the beginning.
I'm just gonna have like a footnote at the end of the second book, just saying it's spelled Karst. Fuck you, Billy.
Yeah, like he still thinks my Russian chick is an Asian chick.
Bitch, the picture you sent, she was definitely Asian in that one.
We need to
Like-
start a therapy group. Otter.
Nah, we're gonna get real serious. That one, it was legitimately an Asian. Like everyone else I showed it went, yeah, they can see where I'm getting the Asian from. Yeah.
Yeah, but I did redo
Actually,
her face, though. To be fair, I did. Huh?
Nice try to weasel out of that.
I did redo her face though. From
Yeah,
the
'cause you
first.
realize,
What?
matter of fact, you just proved my point. You just said you redid her face. Well, obviously it's because you definitely saw that she was Asian in it.
So now she no longer looks Asian, and we're all on the
Yeah,
same.
but the
page.
criticism doesn't hold up now because
Yeah.
you changed it after
Exactly.
the fact. So the original criticism still stands, you know.
Yes. I mean,
So,
it's-
has anybody
yeah.
been reading any cool books this last week? Any
No.
cool games? No? Come
No.
on. Come on.
No.
Come on. I demand you play
I
games.
mean,
and
I
read
bought a
books.
bunch of games because there was a Steam sale.
Oh, yeah. Spring sales going on right now.
Yeah. Sleeping Dog 2 cost me like $3, I think. Two
I
and a
didn't know
half.
there was a Sleeping Dogs too.
No,
I-
just Sleeping Dogs. He's never played the first one. It's only
Sleeping
Oh.
Dogs, it cost me $2.
Yeah, that game goes for sale pretty cheap. I've always heard it's very good. Like it's like a very underrated game.
It's GTA with Batman Arkham type
And
combat.
it was known to have like kind of been
With
overshadowed by
Yakuza-
GTA, right?
With
when it came
Yakuza
out?
mini games as well.
Like when it came out, it was overshadowed by GTA because GTA was it 5 that came out at the same time,
No.
or was it 4?
No.
Because this is the 2012 game, so this is like 13
Yeah,
years ago.
GTA 5 came out in 2013.
So yeah, it's the same year.
No, 2012 is the year before.
Oh, the year before. Yeah.
I think you'll find out that Sleeping Dogs, a lot of people remember it. Surprisingly. Not everyone, a lot of people do.
It's like the reverse of most games that are kind of like action oriented because a lot of over the shoulder games will have great shooting combat, but it's like their hand to hand will be very weak. From what I've heard, Sleeping Dogs is the exact opposite. It has awesome martial arts combat, but the shooting sucks ass through a straw.
The shooting's serviceable.
Yeah, because like the hitboxes and the legs are like non-existent, so you got to shoot certain areas.
Listen,
But the combat was inspired by Batman: Arkham Asylum, which came
Oh.
out.
Batman Arkham, I'm going to be honest with you, it reminds me of the Jet Li video game as well. That's what they were going for as well.
Yeah, so and they did.
I have to pull up the Jet Li video game. I don't know if
So
people remember
what they
that.
do well, because I haven't played, but I've watched a couple of videos.
Are you talking about Hard Boiled, Billy?
The what?
The Jet Li video game where he plays. I think it's Jet Li playing the character of Detective Tequila in a Japanese video game. I guess you'd call it remake or adaptation of the movie Hard Boiled.
I don't remember what it is. I just remember the
Yeah.
game being called
Let
Jet
me
Li.
put it this way. He jumps on top of a. Damn, what do you call it? A table with wheels, and then you can go slow motion and start blasting people.
A trolley?
There you go, a trolley.
I have to remember. It's been so long since I played it.
Gotcha.
I just remember it. It was kind of a copy, if I remember correctly, of Max Payne.
Gotcha.
What it was
Yeah.
going for. So you're doing all these rooms, moves and shit, and then you parkour and slide over shit, and you have some.
Yeah, it probably is hard boiled.
I have to look it up.
Yeah, it was good though. And that's back when like they were really taking video games seriously as an art form. Not saying we didn't, but I mean on the storytelling and gameplay blend side of things, not just look at gameplay, online play, multiplayer.
I think a lot of games were trying to follow Half-Life 2's example because Half-Life 2 came out and it made tons of money, like
Yeah.
brought the whole industry forward, and I think a lot of devs were inspired by that for the better part of a decade.
Well, that's why we got
Great
walk-
storytelling.
later during dialogue.
Yeah. Still, I don't mind it too much as long as the
I'll mind it.
the writing's
I'll
good.
mind it on certain games. Some games do it way too much.
Some games don't need it.
Some games do it way too much, and then they wring the living fucking control out of your hand.
I hate that.
And the moment
I
you
really
notice
hate slow walk in games. Some games it will actually work. A lot of games I'm like, just give me control, game, please.
it's kind of the one complaint I have with Red Dead Redemption 2. There's a little bit too many moments where you can clearly tell you don't have control over where you're moving.
Oh yeah, it's like whenever you're like stopping a carriage or something like that. Like I feel like the game actually guiding my hand at those moments.
You'll notice it in missions more. Actually.
Oh, okay.
One of the things I'm like, it's one thing I don't like. Because once you notice it, you can't unnotice it.
Yeah. No, it's understandable.
Okay, I was wrong. It's not called Hard Boiled. It's called Stranglehold.
Oh, no.
And apparently, John Woo helped make this game. Interesting.
Interesting.
Not sure how that would translate too well, but you know, because he's a filmmaker, what the fuck does he know about video games?
Yeah, but
probably
they're
the
doing,
camera
like,
work.
Cutscenes.
If I remember correctly, it's a lot of cutscenes and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, there you go.
Let me look it up. Jet Li.
maybe
Stranglehold. Oh, it wasn't Jet Li in this one. My bad. It's Chow Yun Fat.
fight
Jet Li.
choreography, maybe.
Rise to Honor. There we go.
Oh, Rise to Honor. All right. Different one. Multiple Chinese kick-ass games.
Let me show.
But yeah, there were some really great shooters back in the day that they haven't really capitalized on, like the Max Payne style.
There you go.
They were the first to implement the bullet time.
It was a video
Yeah.
game movie thing.
I remember Romeo Must Die.
I haven't played that in a long time.
That
They
does
had-
look like a
Gameplay.
They had a few installments of Max Payne as well. Like they had what, 3 or something?
three.
Two of them were developed by the original story, Remedy. The last one that was developed was by Rockstar. I forgot which studio of Rockstar. It wasn't Rockstar North. It was. Let me look it up actually.
How good was 3 actually?
Gameplay wise, fucking great. Story wise, I didn't really give a shit.
I like the story. Like, there's nothing wrong with the writing. I thought it was pretty damn decent. Like you said, gameplay wise, fucking great.
I didn't like the
Passos.
no the Max Payne's like kind of like his narration.
His
sometimes.
narration. I don't know. I don't remember the narration throughout, but the story I enjoyed as a whole. And of course, they had great freaking segments that were so memorable in the combat that they just seemed personally yours. And some like the way that they transitioned between cutscene to combat was great. Like when you push the dude off the second floor balcony through the window in the club, and then combat starts mid-fall of you falling down. You enter slow motion. You get to
So,
blast some guys when you hit the ground.
The great thing about the game is it's actually using physical bullets, real bullets, and they're in the game with this physics.
Yeah.
Of course, you got the Euphoria physics with the ragdolls and shit, which are great. Funny enough, since the hitboxes were real hitboxes, so they were actually contained to the model and not, how they're done in other games where sometimes the hitbox is actually outside of the model itself.
Yeah, it's like a capsule around.
Yeah. Max Payne 3 did not have that. So, guess what? Guess what was the best thing to play in multiplayer? Frederick, give me a guess.
Chick.
Frederick.
To have a better hitbox? I mean, the smallest thing, I guess.
Yeah. The female characters
Yeah.
in multiplayer. It's what everyone played. Why? Because they had small.
Smaller
The
hitboxes.
hitbox was contained to the model. The women are shorter.
And she
Kinda
would
your
do
frame.
the same damage as a man in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're using guns.
Well, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's a shooter.
I did like about the game is if basically it was just a shooter, but if a character got too close to you, you're gonna shoot him. You just instantly, your character would just go into a quick cutscene where he just beats the guy
Oh,
with his
dude.
pistol in the face.
I bought a Detroit simulator where you play RoboCop.
Detroit
and,
Simulator.
yeah, that's what people call it. And so you're RoboCop, so you're walking slowly, like stop, 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 and you're shooting with your 9mm, like you got a fucking full auto 9mm.
Awesome.
And if you get close physically to the assailant, you can just grab him by the throat and throw him in a wall. It's so badass, man. It looks like a very, very satisfying and violent game. Like people explode, like there's splatter every time you like blow up an enemy. You can one shot them in the head and in the groin. So like they've taken all the little things from the movie and implemented them. Like it's a real love poem to
You know what's
to the
really
movie.
funny about this developer?
Huh.
Yeah, they made a bad game before.
They made Rambo.
Made
Yeah.
multiple bad games, not one.
Yeah.
But they made the worst movie video game called Rambo.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're-
people were talking about that one for years.
But they made a good Terminator game, didn't they?
Questionable.
Oh, average.
Yeah. It was.
So, hey,
we
AC
feel like
Pritchard
this.
in the chat.
RoboCop seems to be
Hail,
the best
sir.
game they've actually produced.
They are going to produce another RoboCop movie. I think it's a game. Sorry,
Of
it's
course.
it's coming out this year. Game. From the same studio. So it's kind of a plug-in on. I guess sorry, not a plug-in. Sorry, an extension of the first game, but it's going to be a standalone as well. So I think it's because the first game takes place between the second and third movie, chronologically speaking.
They said, "Holy shit! This game was. We actually made a game that was a success, and people liked it.
Incredible.
Alrighty, let's reuse the assets and make a sequel."
Everybody loves the game though. Like it's all positive reviews.
Robert.
A lot of people saying like it's amazing. Like this studio should not have made
Yeah.
such a good game. Like it's
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
dude. It's so quotable, so free. Can't wait to
Shoot him in the
play.
nuts.
You know what? We should make him play the Rambo one.
Rainbow one.
Rainbow one.
The Rambo.
Oh, no, I want to play good games, but
No,
it's too
you're
short.
gonna play the Rambo
The
one.
gay.
Play good games, all right? You gotta play the shitty ones.
I'd rather
Makes it funnier.
rather read fucking Gotham High. Okay.
Yeah, Gotham
Wait,
High is way
all
cooler
right,
than that
all right,
game.
We'll hold you to that word. Either you play that game or read Gotham High.
Please. What do I get?
You get a pat on the back.
See,
A job well done.
You get forced to read Gotham High because there's
Right.
nothing holding you to this standard.
this is a shit deal I'm getting into.
So is it a deal or not?
Gotham High. Did it ever get its sequel?
I don't know.
No, of course it did.
What was it? A graphic novel or was?
Yes.
Okay. So there you
Well, it was issue by issue, but it went on for fucking. I think what 10 or 12 issues.
Okay.
Or
That's a long. That's not getting canceled. 10 or 12. Like when you get a bad comic, usually it gets canceled at 4, because it takes about 4 months to get the numbers in, and if the number one sucks so bad, I mean to get the numbers in, I don't know why it took 4 months, but that's how it worked back then. I don't even know if it still works that way today. But if you've gone up to 12 issues, they've been supporting your ass for a year.
Yeah. Well, I'll look it
And
up.
it sucked. Nobody bought it, but that's usually the mainstream comic market for you.
Gotham
But there's
High.
some good art out there too. Like there's still some good artists in the mainstream. I'll see a page from time to time on Twitter, like, okay, that looks cool. Some TMNT art, some Marvel stuff.
Definitely, there's always going to be good artists out there, but it comes down
Gotham
to
High
writing.
2-book series.
Comes down to that there writing.
How many
And,
pages in each book? Yeah, it's all about the writing, right?
It is 208 pages.
Wow. Like each
That
book
sounds
is
like torture.
each book is 280 pages.
208 pages.
Oh my
You
god.
looked up the.
Both together or individually they're each
Well,
280.
that's where I'm looking up.
Damn.
Um.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. That's about it. Yeah, a year's worth of 24 pages. That's exactly what it is. 280. It should be 280 for one. For the whole thing, I would imagine.
Oh my god.
Sounds terrible. by
All
the
right,
way.
let me see.
I've seen the art, by the way, but I didn't know it was 208 pages.
Well, if that's the worst of the 208,
Print length is 200 pages.
can only go up from there, you know?
I don't know if this is just on the first. I think it's the whole thing is 200 pages.
Also, this music reminds me just a little of Deep Rock Galactic.
Yeah, I was going to switch it up a little bit.
I really like Deep Rock Galactic. It's a great game.
Yes,
right
the
af-
whole thing I think is 208.
Jesus.
Yeah, makes sense. Whew.
Well, I guess they failed in style.
Hold on, why do I not hear anything? Okay, it's playing. It's kind of slow to start this one.
I feel like such a grizzled edgelord all of a sudden.
How so?
Just
What's
like the rough strumming of the guitar, that sort of thing.
Oh. AC Pritchard, I was invited to go on Iron Age. I'll be there on the 29th of April, which is also AC's birthday.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, gonna be fun.
Happy early
April
birthday.
29th, huh?
Yes, yes. So a little over a month.
We're going to have to plan something for him.
It's right.
Although that probably freaks him out more than anything.
I know it would freak me out.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
When I get back, Otter, we're
Yes.
actually going to talk about the new D&D.
Oh, that'll
Dude.
be fun.
When I get back, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Did something new happen in D&D?
There's been a couple of things going on. A lot of it's sales related. They're not doing too well right now. Like they're
Oh.
really not doing too well right now.
How surprising they've been.
Well, let's put it this way. I watched an interview the other day where it was an interview between Questing Beast and Mike Merles, so the lead designer who was originally behind 5th edition. And even he's saying, like, yeah, the sales numbers are coming out. Like, he's like, technically, I'm under NDA from Chaosium because that's where I work now. But he's like, anyway, that kind of tells you that 5th edition is in decline. Also, they're learning the wrong lessons. And, like, here's the thing. Mike Merles, like, I can tell there's plenty of things that I disagree with him about. Like, he still has sort of that, like, Wizards of the Coast, like, political stance. But even so, it's like, even he's going, like, yeah, they're going about it the wrong way. They really shouldn't be doing it like this.
Yeah, when you say they're learning the wrong lessons, we see that across the board in different media, film.
He actually
Especially-
brought up a good point, and this kind of goes back to the evil races thing, where, like, this is a whole thing that Wizards addressed in a very dumb way, which was just remove half races, remove orcs as we know them, and that was their quote-unquote solution. Mike actually did bring up a good point. He's like, it should have been like a cultural thing, like actually expand on the culture behind it. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. I'm like, especially if you don't want to go with the whole evil races thing, that's a good workaround. There you go. Like, why isn't that being done? Oh, they don't want to offend anybody. that could potentially get
Well,
bad.
there's some
I
people they don't mind offending.
Well,
Their customer-
let's say this. They're sore afraid of offending anybody that's moderately left of Mao. Well, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Sounds about right.
They're afraid of provoking the Twitter mobs.
Yeah.
I thought provoking Twitter mobs is what everybody loves to do.
Well, I mean, those Twitter mobs are about to go away now that USAID has been cut. Like, there's going to be a lot less bots, like artificially pumping those kind of things.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you still get mobs like that around, and here's the thing: I think corporations are scared of it more than like a lot of us are. Like, we know what's going on. A lot of corporations, they like Wizards especially. I don't think they get it. I think they just see a lot of people complaining online, and they point to that and they say, "Well, clearly we're doing this wrong." That's what I think is going on.
So is everyone doing the same thing that you guys are doing? Go to Castles and Crusades, or
So I know a couple of systems that are being done right now. Castles and Crusades is one of the big ones. Shadow Dark is perhaps the biggest. It's arguably bigger than Castles and Crusades right now. Like, Shadow Dark's actually out there winning awards and everything. I think they got like at least 500K backed for their new Kickstarter in like less than an hour or two,
wow.
or something like that.
And is that a D&D clone, or?
Yeah, so Shadow Dark is kind of like, let's put it this way. It's like BX, like basic and expert D&D, like first edition, mixed with some 5th edition tropes. Basically just jumble them together, and you get a book that's really like clear, to the point, easy to reference, and it's like extremely well laid out. You get Shadow Dark, and it's been selling like hotcakes over the
Yeah,
last
you-
couple months.
Give the people what they want, and they'll come give you their money, I guess.
Yeah. And so we've been playing Castles and Crusades. Like,
Alright.
it has elements to Shadow Dark, but what Castles and Crusades has is they call it the Siege Engine, but it's like, it's a way of them kind of like keeping roles and everything simple, but they've got a lot of modular rules that you can add or remove just depending on what you want in your game. That's the very nice thing about it. And that's kind of how we've been playing. Like, technically we're not using spell slots or anything like that. We are using MP for our game, and they have an actual rule system for that, and it works very well. So that's kind of how we've been playing anyway. Technically, you don't even have to do gold for XP, which I was actually talking about that with a few people on Twitter today. And it's like, the rules are set up in a way to where you can do it or you don't have to. It's up to you.
But I like to, because if we make a lot of money, we get a lot of XP.
I was getting in a few debates about it earlier today. It was interesting.
You need to give the player expenses as
But
well.
then
right?
again, we have it kind of split. We still get XP from killing enemies and completing quests alongside
Yeah.
just the money.
The only hill about experience that I will die on is the campaigns where you have to kill an enemy to get XP. I hate that. I hate that with a fiery passion. And I will die on that hill.
Well, the
You know
problem
what I'm
is
talking
it
about,
kind
Billy?
of, it makes everyone want to kill everything instead of actually playing smart, playing to your character.
Yeah, it makes a murder hobo out of everybody.
Because no one wants to play 5 sessions and they didn't kill anything, and then guess what? They're still fucking level 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, that's kind of why I make the argument. It's like, I think other RPGs have solved this as well, where it's like, you don't necessarily have to kill a monster. It's like, yeah, technically it may be in character for your class to be killing shit left and right, but it's like, here's the thing. I also think it comes down to human ingenuity. It's not just about like slang and just because my hand-eye coordination is better, that means I level up. It can also mean, hey, I outsmarted you. Like I actually thought through this and you lost. Therefore, I am becoming more experienced, a more cunning warrior.
Here's a question: can you play a lizard lawyer?
You probably could actually. There
Good.
are lizard folk.
Good. I like to bring my expertise of law into this realm.
Are you going to tell us how we can save 15% or more?
Possibly. It depends. I can also tell you how to hide Hooker's body and get away with it in court of law,
Wait, what?
amongst many other things.
Whoa.
It really comes
is,
down to witnesses.
This show is not legal advice.
Matter of
yeah,
fact, Otter, you really missed out earlier on this conversation.
No, you forgot, sir. This is not legal advice. It is legal action. We get things done here.
Oh, I see.
See, he represented OJ, you know.
Oh yeah.
See, that
Okay,
other
I
attorney
see.
was just because he was out on a sick day, but he's the one who came up with if it doesn't fit, you must quit, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Why am I
mine.
suddenly reminded of that South Park episode where it's like, oh yeah, so do you know how Chewbacca blew up the Death Star? It makes no sense. That's my case for OJ, Your Honor.
But,
Yeah, well, we got him off. I was on Amber Heard team, but they kicked me off, and we also saw how that went. I was on Baldwin's team. We won. You know, was there for most of the big ones. I got what's his name, Matthew Broderick off from killing a person with his car. That was
So-
totally new.
so Frederick,
Yeah.
Otter got
I'm
very
saying I
lucky.
can. I'm
Otter
saying I
got-
can bring this to the game.
Otter got very lucky our party didn't TPK last session.
It was actually possible they could have all died.
Yeah.
The thing is, they played very smart, so they avoided it.
We
Now
played so
now they've
smart.
recruited a succubus. That's interesting.
recruited or
I
married.
mean, did we really play smart in that one? I just so happened to have that innate detect magic, which
Well,
gave me advantage.
here's the smart bit though. You knocked it out of his hands before he could use it.
That's because I was trying to figure out where he was casting it. That's what that was my whole plan.
Well, I'm like, here's the thing. If he actually cast it, he would have cast Prismatic Spray, and I'm willing to bet at least one character would have died. Or at least
Would've
been
been
heavily wounded.
You just roll to see who it hits, and all 8 are on Blackwood.
That would have been funny.
Oh man. Did you have bad luck in the game or what?
Depends on the scenario. As far as combat is concerned, he's actually done great. As far as getting together with the ladies is
Court.
concerned, no, not at
I got
all.
pills that can help with that.
Don't you guys have
Well,
a brothel?
I mean, he did.
I'm an all-around lawyer.
He did get killed by, or almost. Well, if he didn't have as much health as he did, he would have got killed by otters.
Really,
Yep.
otters, you say? I think that's grounds for assault. Give him my card. I've taken otters to court before.
Water weasel assault.
It's very common in Chicago.
Oh,
Isn't
I
it
see.
conflict of interest like throwing otters at your players there?
Well, here's the thing. This is the story of a sadistic DM in effect, you know. And I just really felt like it. I would tease my players with a nymph lady who really wanted to show off her stuff. All the while, they get mauled by otters. It's as simple as that.
There's no we in this. It was just Blackwood.
It was just
Well,
Blackwood.
Only
Sniff
Blackwood.
lady. She sounds implicit, the sniff lady. We could definitely take her to court too.
Well, she's dead now.
Even better. If you need to hide that evidence, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, lizard, lizard.
I mean, we didn't kill her. Blackwood did.
Yeah, yes, exactly. We didn't kill her.
The thing is, it was hilarious to see Nikolai's character just go up and immediately bitch slap him and just say, "Yeah, we didn't need to kill her, dumbass."
Shush with this we kill stuff. You don't say that out loud.
I'll say it out loud. I just said it. What are you gonna do,
Well, it
boy?
was in an alternate reality, so I don't think there's any jurisdiction that the legal system here has over that.
Yeah. Though, if you ever do find your characters in court, you got to bring me on as a guest to defend them.
Otter, you gotta like make the sister of that character, that fucking Nyx.
And
She has
just
even
say,
bigger
hey,
tits.
I'm here on a vengeance quest to avenge my sister. All right, you assholes are the primary
It's gotta
suspect.
be only against Blackwood, not us.
Technically, Blackwood did kill her.
Like we did nothing. You know, we were innocent.
Granted, she did try to kill him, but still, that wasn't.
Due to his own ignorance,
Are you conspiring against Blackwood here?
he's going to hunt
Let's
for
put it
some
this way: his
barbarians.
character is a bit of a horn dog,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
I think Blackwood himself knew where that was going, but in character, yeah, he would have done that.
He wanted to see where it went. I'm like, okay, fair enough. All right, she drags you under the water.
When her tits disappeared.
That was like no wonder he pulled the trigger.
Yeah,
That was
wow.
the worst crime right there.
What do you mean in her tits? Oh no, don't that's that question.
You know, I'm somewhat of a man myself.
Sometimes
I
you
think
don't want to
that's
know
where he
the
was
answer.
going with that.
I just wanted to make that joke, okay?
Oh my god, you could do that to him actually.
That's
Oh
so
God.
wrong. That's wrong.
You should do that to him.
Oh God.
That'd be so fucking hilarious. We just have Sylvia, or what was her name?
Yeah, it's Sylvia.
Yeah, Sylvia.
Oh boy.
You just set that character when he goes to the barbarian village, Otter. Oh my god, this is the perfect thing now, right?
Oh
You
God.
specifically point out like a big chick.
Oh no.
Did you get his character to do it? Do the big reveal.
And she just says all of a sudden, I'm somewhat of a man myself. Blackwood would hate
you
me
have a
forever
cut to
after.
black. You have a cut to black, and then when you cut back, like he's meeting up with like the chief, and he's like, "Oh man, see you had fun with Brad."
You gotta
Brad.
you gotta end the gaming session on that, and then he has to wait the whole week.
It's gonna be like Ace Ventura, but in D&D.
Einhorn is Finkel.
I don't know, but you have to roll at like a bonus for it to hide it, right? The tuck.
Oh God. Oh, this is just a glimpse to our Castles and Crusade sessions. By the way, this is the utter stupidity that's involved in our game.
It's just funny because we now have Rondo who actually tries to roleplay.
Rondo's doing like actual serious role playing, and then you have like Blackwood just like fucking around.
Yeah, it's like
Dinah's just like kicking people in the balls.
my character actually has not kicked anyone in the balls in a while.
Since the last time with Cerealis.
The last time with Cerealis, I threw a rock into his like little bat balls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Knocked him out of the sky.
You did punch Blackwood at one point, like Dinah did.
Yeah, but that was punching. That wasn't like really kicking.
Right. It wasn't like kicking in the balls or anything like that.
Albeit, I did cut off a like zombified Minotaur's dick and flew it into. Which character's face was it?
I think it was Blackwood's like face you threw it at.
Wait, how
I
did
didn't-
you get a
well, I
hold of
cut
a
it off.
zombified Minotaur?
It almost hit him in the face, like it
I don't wanna
slung
know.
off. You know.
So here's an interesting thing about this group. Like they're every here and there they'll come across a Minotaur, and without fail, every single time they're like, Otter, roll for its dick size. I'm like, shrug my shoulders. I go, okay. And
Brought up a zombified that you said is only wearing like a cloth thing. And it's like how
2
much
out
is
of
it
the
actually
3
cover?
times I roll 1 out of 6. 1 is micro penis. 2 is like, yeah, you're not having any trouble. And 2 out of the 3 times it's happened, I rolled like a 6 or something like that.
except the ogre, the zombified ogre, which had a micro penis.
That was actually really funny. Yeah,
And
just a
unfortunately, one
glimpse
of
of our
these
games.
had a ring.
Yeah, well, that was the Minotaur. It was the first time, and he had a cock ring as a magic ring.
And Blackwood wears it.
Yes.
What?
Beer and pretzel games, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, it is actually really fun.
It's a magic ring. What is it?
And while we're doing
what's it
this, we're also
called?
playing
Source Cell or
Civilization with the game because we're like crafting and building and shit.
Yes, you guys have got like this whole sim market city going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, that is like nothing special in our game. That's actually a pretty common thing in a lot of like D&D games. It's actually an older tradition. That's the funny thing.
And this all started from a one shot.
Yes.
Well, what was like a question if we were going to continue if we enjoyed it?
Right. It was an open game.
But we
I
never
planned it as a one
turned
shot.
it
I was
in.
like, if you guys are enjoying this, I'll continue. If not, no worries.
I think Dina is kind of subtly flirting with Fink lately.
The what?
Dina is subtly flirting with Fink a lot lately. Keeps launching heads into his hands.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Every
Okay.
time I decapitated an enemy, I had auto roll to see if the head flies off and lands in his hands.
I'm like, you know what, Frequency? That's actually a fair point. That might actually be Dinah's way of flirting with people.
Is how?
Evidently
Decapitating enemies and tossing the head into their hands.
Oh no, not tossing. The head gets flown off into their arms. You know,
Yeah.
very classic.
Because he just had him roll to see where it randomly went, and twice in a row it went to Fink.
Actually,
No, it was like 3 times.
it the main fucking boss because I managed to get the killing hit on him. So I was a little surprised that he went down so easily.
Like I said, his stats weren't anything special. It was just that artifact. If he used it, you all probably were dead.
True.
True.
All right. Well, this kind
Oh,
of
boy.
brings us to the end of the show, unless you guys wanted to add something else to wrap a bow on it.
Nah.
Then let's head out to.
No bows to wrap.
Reach.
It is shield time.
Convoy, 12 o'clock, on my command! Deploy! Okay, now. Little off course here. Holy mommy fucking shit!
Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
Started from the bottom, now he's here. Lord Otter.
He is a power bottom. That is true.
Hi. Well, if you want to check out what the Otter does, I have a book out. I am nearly there with my second book, which I'm hoping to get finished by the end of the month. And then it's off to formatting, getting my glossary quickly updated, and finally the trailer reveal, which isn't too far off either. So be on the lookout for that. Book 1, The Curse of the Star Raids, the first book in my Steel and Stormbright saga, you can find on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, all the big retailer sites. So if you're looking for some swords and sorcery action, along with just a little bit of magic, maybe just a little bit of booba, I think you'll like it. I also stream on YouTube from time to time. Also, I shit post on Twitter just because it makes me laugh.
Nice. James Esparza, also known as the Legal Lizard.
That's what they call me. You can find me on Substack at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com, where I release some short stories. And I mentioned it yesterday that it's funny. I actually do have sway in some communities, but absolutely none that are regarded anywhere towards my own work. And just to prove that, I went ahead and tapped into one of those communities yesterday and making a simple post. And the post has now gained 66 shares and 278 hearts. And none of that would ever translate to a single one of my short stories. It's just hilarious. They thought I'd do that. So worldwithoutendlore.substack.com.
Check it out. Wrangler from Frequency Studios.
Yeah, you can find my books on Amazon or pretty much anywhere books are sold. Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. Magic fueled sci-fi adventure that's good for all ages. And also you can find me on Substack under Frequency Studios. I got a couple short stories over there. Also Youth and Minds, all under Frequency Studios. And you can find my YouTube channel. It's do a channel search for @Wrangler212 and it should pop right up. We do the weekly wing at every Monday night at 8:05 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. Billy Bobsack.
Kapla.
Billy Bobsack has the Art Chill stream coming up this Saturday with a whole bunch of us here, including Umbrella Cat, Animated Moon, James will be there, Otter you'll be there, I think Frequency you'll be there as well. So will Billy Bobsack and I. So check that out Saturday evening, 8 Central, I think, or 9, something like that.
Squeak.
And I am Frédéric Guimont. I make comics.com. Rattel Comic, check it out. Coming out soon. Doing the finish inking. Lettering is done. Coloring is still at the early stages, though. So check that out. I'll be on Comicsgate Commandos on at PQ Vox on YouTube tomorrow, 8:30. Check that out. We're going to have Young Klippa as a guest, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's it for me tonight. Thank you for joining us and for staying up until the end here. And have a good one. And until next week, bonsoir.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, wait, wrong holiday.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Bitcoiners, thank you very much. Hello, it's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.